continues filling out his incoming administration with more historic nominations. Fox's Ali Rafa joins us live in Wilmington, Delaware right now with more. Ali, every single day we're hitting you with these new picks. Can you tell us what the latest is today?
Hey, Daytona. Well, with this pick, President-elect Joe Biden is keeping to his promise to form the most diverse cabinet in U.S. history. If confirmed, retired four-star Army General Lloyd Austin will be the first black Secretary of State the country has ever had. Biden said during this event that this pick is personal to him. Austin served as commander of U.S. and coalition forces in Iraq during President Obama's first term in office. But to run the Pentagon, someone has to be a civilian for at least 7 years. Austin retired just 4 years ago, so that means he's going to require a special waiver from Congress to fill this role. And now senators on both sides of the aisle have to decide whether they're going to grant him this, just like they did for retired General James Mattis 4 years ago. Some Democrats even are already saying that they're putting their foot down and saying they're not going to do it. They're not willing to bend the rules. But Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is already saying that he's backing Biden's pick. And so after today's announcement, that really leaves just one of the top-level cabinet picks left for Biden to announce. That's the pick for Biden's Attorney General. Biden teased that earlier this week, saying we should expect an announcement by the end of the week, Daytona.
Ali, there's been several breaking news stories. Let's talk about Hunter Biden as well, because the Biden transition was even a part of this breaking news. What happened today, and what can we be looking forward to in the future as well?
Yeah, so earlier this evening, the president-elect's son, Hunter Biden, announced that federal prosecutors had opened up an investigation into his taxes. He's saying that he is confident he handled his tax affairs legally and appropriately. But Biden's transition team says that they found out about this investigation that actually started in 2018 just yesterday. Biden himself issuing a statement saying that he's proud of his son and that his son has only emerged stronger out of the past recent months of just endless attacks, personal attacks against him. Now, we know that this probe comes weeks after an election where President Trump and his allies attacked Hunter Biden and the president-elect regarding Hunter Biden and them saying that he used his father's influence to enrich his business affairs. But we're learning, Fox is told by a source familiar with the investigation, that this is not connected to the attacks the Trump campaign and their allies made against Hunter during the campaign. Fox is also being told that Biden himself is not a subject of any investigation. And if you remember last year, then candidate Biden pledged not to interfere with any Justice Department investigation. He also said to let the Justice Department make the judgment about whether someone should be prosecuted. So Daytona, no doubt that all eyes, a lot of attention is going to be on this affair, whether Biden addresses this and what comes next as far as this investigation into Hunter's taxes.
Ali, kind of interesting information coming out from one of our very own reporters, Fox's John Roberts. I'm going to pull up one of his tweets from earlier today. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but he's saying sources tell Fox News that Biden was made aware of the investigation yesterday. Before then, the investigation was, quote, covert. Sources say DOJ is very sensitive about moving an investigation from covert to overt during an election if it could potentially affect the outcome. I'm curious, what do you think about this tweet, and what is the difference between covert and overt?
Well, Daytona, I'm not familiar with that tweet. I haven't seen it yet. We do know that Fox has reached out to the Department of Justice for comment on this. They have not responded, but you know, we know that during this election, Hunter Biden's affairs was a key topic to President Trump's attacks on the Biden campaign. You know, it was widely said that President Trump had kind of used up all of his attacks on Biden, so he kind of relayed into personal attacks on his son and his family. But we're just going to have to see where this progresses as far as John Roberts' tweet and the president's reaction to this.
Yeah, obviously a long-standing investigation right there that will continue to follow. My last question for you is, what can we expect from President-elect Joe Biden going forward tomorrow?
So we know Biden will receive his daily presidential briefing, and we know that he will be meeting with his transition advisors tomorrow, but we don't expect to see him in public at all. We do know that he teased actually during that event earlier today that his wife Jill Biden will actually travel to D.C. to give food boxes to U.S. troops, and one can only imagine that if this is a public event and reporters are there, they will definitely be asking his wife Jill Biden about this.
All right, great to hear, and I'm sure we'll be following that story tomorrow here on News Now from Fox. That's Fox's Ali Rafa out there in Wilmington, Delaware. Thank you so much, Ali, for your reporting.
Thank you.
So again, you're watching News Now from Fox. All of these